Hello boys and girls, my name is Yoshi, and welcome back to my 100%, or more specifically, my name is Yoshi Z-A. Welcome back to my blind playthrough of Pokémon Legends Z-A for the Nintendo Switch 2, and we're checking out our Pokédex because right now we've almost arrived at 200 Pokemon seen and nearly 150 Pokemon caught, but we still have a long ways to go. So yeah, for now, I'm gonna keep doing some stuff. We're purposely not going for all the evolutions right away, as we're gonna try and save it for once the storyline is done. But yeah, we went through, did a bunch of stuff, and a couple of other things on top of that, and yeah. To absolutely nobody's surprise, more side missions spawned immediately after, and then also wild zones, because this game keeps on throwing more and more of them on. So we have just 18 and 19, and pretty soon there'll be one last wild zone, the 20th. But I'll wait to go to those as we get to them. But now we're gonna start with you first. Sir, would you like a ride anywhere? It's actually my first day on the job and I haven't gotten a single passenger yet. Just spreading. I know what I'm doing, but I'll be pretty nervous until I get used to it. So please help me out there. Let me drive you somewhere. I promise I won't charge you anything. Alright. Tell me whenever you're ready to pedal to the metal. Take you in my taxi. Maybe a major occasion. Could you maybe choose a destination? Sure, I could find any those. Okay. Thank you so much. Gosh, my first ever fare, even though I'm not charging you anything. Alright, now let's get you going. Guess having only one destination makes this a one-kind cab, don't you think? Sorry if I sound flip, but I should be able to find more than one place without getting lost. You know the strawberry tarts at Cafe Pokemon Enemy? I love those. They're great. Oh, sorry, I guess I shouldn't be talking about myself and what I like, huh? Sure, it's gotten tough to drive through town with all these wild Pokemon everywhere, huh? But that makes you want to ask why I bothered becoming a taxi driver in the first place, right? Huh? I missed a turn. We'll have to circle around back now. Oh boy. Right, so I was saying how I became a taxi driver. Ah! That's it, there. We've arrived at our destination, sir, the Magenta Pokemon Center. As promised, you don't owe me a thing. Thanks for the ride. I'm the one who should be thanking you. I appreciate you taking a chance on me. Alright, we get taken here. First fair taught me a lot, like how I still got a lot to go. Like how far I still got to go before I'm a true pro. Jeez, I cannot talk today, it seems. I got lost on the streets, got lost in conversation, and I think I totally lost your trust by the end. I do have one area where I'm still confident I can press you. Pokemon Battles, how about it? Classic. We did all that to now have to battle. And we're gonna use Alakazam because we need to use him to get experience. Please, you're a first ever fare. Now let me pay you back for a warrior battle. Sure, why not? I'll show you that I'm not so hopeless at everything I do. Alright. So some of these came after the rank up. Some of them do not. We're gonna figure that out as we go on. Alakazam may not be the strongest Pokemon defense-wise, so we're gonna just do what I should have been doing before and just Mega Evolve them right away. Since we have the ability to do that. And just see how that works. Yeah, having a strong Pokemon that supposedly has a weakness cannot save you from getting Mega Evolved on, though. We'll just heal first. We do have a heal, too, with Alakazam. That makes him very well versatile, because he can heal as well. Right, how am I supposed to show that I've got any skills if I lose? Alright. Okay, it turns out that battle taught me how far I still have to go as a trainer too. So me, it wasn't fun. I really enjoyed battling with you. Glad I've never given up on Pokemon battling. I'm not the best, but it still gives me confidence. Give up as a taxi driver, I bet I'll build up confidence over time there too, as long as I don't lose my job or anything. Thank you again for being my first ever fair, and thank you for the great battle today. Perfect. We've gone through a lot of side missions now. Pretty soon we'll be done with a lot of them. We got taken all the way over here, which is actually somewhat conveniently close to our next wild zone. We're just gonna head over there right now. Every time we go into a wild zone, we should try and explore as much as we can on here. I don't know what to call this video. I guess we could say more wild zones as well as wild zones and more side missions, clearly. That's what we should call it. But, anyways, who knows? Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, in the last episode, we actually didn't do side missions. We did a lot of battles for once, which is what I usually like to do in these Pokemon games. And we managed to defeat Janine as well and promote our trainer rank. So yeah, that's good. So now we have to go in and do other stuff. There is an item. It's up all the way over here. Quite far out of the way, I see. To make it as awkward to get to as possible, I see. We first have to climb up all these ladders. There's a lot of ladders up here, it seems. They wanted to make it clear that there's a lot of ladders in this area. You can kind of trick this a little bit. I think I'm supposed to normally dash jump to some of these. I roll off and then dash to it. But since we have a glide, we're expected to also use that too. You can just fall down to this item. Okay, just walking here gave us the next two items. Now if we do a turn jump over here, we can get another one over here. They're all boosting items, none of which we can use because we don't have any Pokemon who can use them anymore. That's the problem. You get a lot of stat boosting items early on and they do help you raise your EVs pretty well, but once you have your effort values at a certain amount, you simply cannot raise them with those items anymore. So the reason why I talked about those bracers, like Attack Bracer and other stuff, is because they're super important for this game. They're the only way you can train IVs beyond just the normal ones. I think originally they just served as a way to boost your stats slightly faster, but not in here. Okay, but alright, we're gonna finish this by going into the wild zone. So, level 46 or above. And we're already looking at a Salmansu. We might be getting to the point, by the way, that some of these later Pokemon get so hard to catch that we may have to straight up do things smarter. And by that, I mean straight up okay, so that's technically not cover, but this is. Yeah, it's an alpha, you kind of get seen wherever. We're just gonna take out this alpha with our Mega Pokemon. It's the easiest way to quickly do it. Okay, so the way that works is if it stops, it can sometimes hit multiple times, but it'll also, more often than not, Okay. This is our first attempt at catching it now. Okay, got it. Third attempt. Not bad. That guy out of the way. And we can try catching these Bagon next. I mean, just as tough as ever, I see. Since the enemy Pokemon are guaranteed to not be caught all the time, that means we may have to get to the point where we actually set it to night but go to the wild zone just so we can use Dusk Balls on the enemy. But who knows, we might get a Master Ball one of these days, which could help out a bit. Yeah, I want to make sure I get everything. So that means using this. No, it weakens him slightly. So in case you haven't noticed, your Mega Pokemon are best used against the Alphas, because the Alphas normally are quite hard to fight otherwise. Ah, can't see. Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, okay, she's gonna try and be as defensive as possible, I see. Oh, wait, yeah, right, we have a Mega already. It'd be easier if we use that then. Annoyingly enough as it is. I think she's going for me. I'm not even having to use that different Pokemon for the reason why I instead. Okay. It's not gonna get any easier, I see. Too fast. Guess they're gonna use this. Sad. Okay. I know we don't always need to catch the Alphas, but it's nice sometimes. Alright. We're just gonna use a Max Revive this time. Don't know how many more of those we have, but gonna keep healing up and then keep using Alakazam a bit more. Okay, and then the problem is, where do I get back over here? This zone is pretty limited so far. It seems like we better climb up here first. Stuff. So you saw how tricky it was already to catch some of the Pokemon. Because of the late game Pokemon, it's getting to the point where we actually need to not only max our other plushes, but we definitely need to max that plush, the blue one, that gives us more catch rates. Because without it, some Pokemon just feel nigh uncatchable at times. Not saying that funnily or anything, they do get really hard towards the end. Originally, there wasn't really a great way to boost catch rate. When they started adding more balls, it became a lot easier over time, but especially Generation 1, it could sometimes take many attempts to catch a Pokemon sometimes. No way around it. Alright. Or this crap all over again. I see. One thing I keep forgetting to do is if you're fast with your attack buff, you can keep it going into certain battles if you keep using the same move over and over again. But it takes a while to work properly. Not to mention you have to keep spamming the same move over and over again. Alright. Back into this wild zone. Okay. Okay, that's a new one registered at least. Oh, we can finally face Fennekin up here. I forgot about this. So you can sometimes 8 starters up here if you're lucky enough. Alright, well that was convenient. Even though we do get one for free, it's always nice to have an extra one. I don't know where that last one is. We might have to look somewhere else. Okay. Okay, well for now I can grab these items, but not all of them. So I messed up there, that I'll have to maybe go back and get later. Oh yeah, I guess we never explored over here, so we should do that next. I guess Silence is back again. I keep selling the Mega Pokemon. There's a difference between an Alpha and a Mega Pokemon. They look even more intimidating as Megas. Like, we have the Rogue Mega Pokemon, we have the Alpha Pokemon, and then we have the normal Pokemon. Which are just kind of there. Oh, I guess, yes, our ticket thing activated again, too, so we'll have to go back into a battle zone at some point. As for who we're going to use in the battle zone, obviously, we're going to try to battle with our weakest Pokemon here. Probably just make a Mega, like we done before already. Okay, so since we couldn't get that from the other side, we're going to have to go over here. Yeah, we're gonna have to delay our Lola Glide and Sprint. So it seems like you could Scent and then delay your Glide, and by doing that we can get Stone Edge. That's one of the best rock moves, so I guess we'll be glad to have that. Now, Noibat here, I wonder if we have Noivern. We could get, also, remember, we can do these at nighttime too. Some Pokemon only spawn at night. That's something I always forget to do, is go to nighttime. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Like, finding a place that Luminose is such a play, and there are so many amazing options, yo. I keep scoring the odds because they all look so good. At this rate, I'll never choose a place to live. Actually, maybe you can help. This is really all I need. First off, it's Luminose, so you gotta have a view of the tower, right? So obviously, our dreams gotta be right in front of Prism Tower. What else is city you know for? That's right, the Saison Canal. I want to live somewhere around the canal so I can gaze over its graceful flow on the daily. And of course, there's my Helios. I have reptile access for him. He loves sunbathing, and I want to chill with him up there, so should have tables and umbrellas too. And I never want to be too far for a cafe or Pokemon Center, right? Those are vital. Am I asking too much? I keep looking at great places, but then I'm ticking all my boxes. You find the perfect place for me. Come on, bud. Find me in Helios the perfect plaid. I know you can do it. This is probably untrackable, but yeah, no, it's not. I guess we need to first figure out where the canal is, and then just figure out based on the map. Seems like our best option would be somewhere around here to this area if we want to have a view of the Season Canal. Alright. Also, we're actually losing more Pokeballs than expected. We haven't cut Pokemon in a while, but whenever we do, it gets tricky. Because we'll heal while we're here. Good thing to do anyways. Alright. Ooh, we could just do that, too. I keep buying only a little bit, though. Mainly because we might need money for other things. But I am going to shortcut it a bit. Get 100 of those for 10 Premium Balls. Premium Balls don't actually help you catch Pokemon faster, though. Also, we can now buy the stat items, but does that really matter? We can only get our Pokemon up so greatly with that already. Be easier to actually use the stronger stat items first. Do we have a bench we can sit on? I don't know why, but we're gonna hit the animation turning night randomly. Just to save time. Really? Guess that means we need to do a battle zone again. We don't have to do it all the time, you know. We could focus on different things, but for now we are going to just straight up do battle zone. Also, they just warned us that if the trainer has a higher rank than us, they can try and catch us off guard more often than not. Okay, we do need to knock out Pokemon with 5 moves regardless of what it takes. So this might be much even for me. Alright, whatever. Okay. We mostly just did that for the rank points. So we could get that 10 faster so we could start using Alakazam again. Now it's rock type moves. Don't worry, our items won't be useless at least. We'll just keep using those whenever we need more. So we're seeing a lot of people that are bound are leveled now. Okay, I'm not going to fall to that thing necessarily. And I mean that Pikachu right there. So we're gonna go ahead and just set this up and then using this. How about that? Next person we face, we're gonna Mega Evolve on. We did use one Pokemon differently initially, and that was just to do something else. Oh, hang on, we need to recover here quickly. Alright. Okay. A little bit trickier. For knockout on rat type is, okay, that one's a bit easier. Mine hits with a Mega Evolve Pokemon. You can Mega Evolve before the battle even begins and just attack. I'm not gonna let you do anything, mate. Instead, we're just gonna take out your Pokemon before you can do anything. And just like last time, I think we're just gonna heal whenever we need to. The game's getting so tricky now that the most convenient place to heal is in these battle zones when you get low. Okay, you want to give me some prize medals? Perfect. That helps out a lot. Okay, we got that done. This place has a lot of weird corridors. Okay, that one's kind of useless for us. We don't have any steel type moves. We should look to replace that. Ooh, that was close. Okay, yeah, why not? Just cheat and tap that Pokemon literally through the wall, like, no problem. Maybe we could try using a rock move here. Well, actually, nah, I'm just gonna use the fire type move. Scissors 4 times weak to that already, so get it done a lot faster that way. Oh, Pearl, we got that done just in time. We were gonna pick up the card anyway. Dark type moves. Don't know if we have any anymore. Takes longer to complete and doesn't even give us anything then. So that'll actually be the one that we get rid of. For some of the others though, you can technically just change your Pokemon to have different moves. Your Pokemon have many different moves, so sometimes if you get bored, you can just keep changing. Sneak up and start a battle using steel type moves. I'm just gonna not take that one. So each one seems to be themed differently. Oh, it's from the left. No wonder why I couldn't see you. Okay, we're gonna just use this instead. I haven't used Close Combat in a while. Start by doing this. So we could then use the Head Smash to finish him off. We got really lucky getting that one card the last time. That's what really carried us. This time around, we're probably gonna have to just defeat more trainers to make up the wins. And yeah, there was simply no way I was gonna avoid that either. And we're gonna get missed on already. We still have a Mega Pokemon, so we'll use that next, I guess. No, great. Save it for just a second. How interesting is this gonna be, I wonder? We have Calm Mind as well. I was about to use that, and we just took him out before we could do that. Charm's doing nothing against my Alakazam, who's mostly special attacker. Alright. As you can see, now we're in the late game. Everyone's also starting to use slightly stronger Pokemon. Actually, very strong Pokemon. We in the Society of Battle Connoisseurs have a bit of sort to see you gather those prizes out of one might, but you may have mine. Okay. Gonna keep using our Mega Alakazam to grind it up, of course, a little bit. I can get in here. We're seeing lots of Noivern appear in here. Okay. If I want to really ensure that I can knock them out with Rock-type moves, I should probably actually find people that I can sneak up on and maybe take them out that way before they can do anything. Okay, that's more usable. Because we actually have a Raichu that we can use for that part. Now it's the only other Pokemon to not have Mega Evolve form that we are using right now. Okay. Go this one now. Whoa, you appeared out of literally thin air. That was sneaky. They literally didn't do anything for a while, and then all of a sudden they decided to just appear out of thin air. This game is a really well-used system. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. We just have to... And now it's not even there anymore. What is going on? I think that was loading shenanigans 1.0. I don't know what the frick that was, but they just suddenly appeared out of thin air. And again, they did. Guess we're using this to start off. That Sasha is not gonna be great, I see. Alright, that works. We're pretty much forced into using Ember to use that, but now we also need... probably easier to just use Raichu now. Oh, what are we doing? We should also need to heal Alakazam a bit too. Sheesh. Let's do that next. This is a slightly more boosting one, but greatest. I want to at least sneak up and start a battle. Okay, because you're doing that, I guess I'll just doing this first. We just kind of switched multiple times there. Alright. If we want to really do stuff for Raichu, we probably need to use Thunder. That's actually why I got it on him. Oh yeah, that's right, it's a sheep, because the Pikachu had a heart on its tail, which means it's actually a she. Wow, there's two trainers back to back. Wait, what even happens here? I have no clue. All I know is I have to kind of quickly rush away. Alright, let's just Thunder. Bam. It's probably the simpler way of doing that. For Stealth, we kind of want to use Thunder. For everything else, we kind of want to use Aerostat. Oh great, you're going to surprise me with a ground type move that I cannot use, so I guess I'm going to start water type move instead. How unfair. The one Pokemon I cannot take out with Raichu, the ground type. And Bounce is also kind of annoying too. Okay, well, we got him. We're gonna probably spawn right in a battle already, but that's fine. I don't care. I got the main stuff I needed anyway. Oh, he did not spawn in. In fact, he waited patiently for me. Okay. In that case, I will do the first move. Okay, this time it took him out like I thought would happen. Ooh, we actually avoided that by running around. See, look, you can avoid some moves. If they're slow enough, if you just run around, you can have them not hit you, and then you can just hit them afterwards. That could have actually been a good trainer to defeat with rock-type moves, but I wasn't thinking about that right now. But besides, it's only worth 3,000 points, so it's not like that's gonna help us. Okay, that one's a bit more rarer. Okay, if I want to really guarantee that I knock my opponent out with my first move, I must use a super effective move that does a lot of damage. And I guess that means using this, apparently. Oh yeah, I just realized, yeah, now we've defeated certain people in certain societies, they start to show up as well. So we just fought someone for the Fist of Justice. Earlier, we also fought someone from the Society of Battle Connoisseurs, so they start to show up in these areas now. They're also typically higher level because of that. Alright. Sure, we've done enough now that we could just do something else. We'll see. If we want to knock out our opponent right away, we must first... Whoa, that was... Oh, that came out of nowhere again. They just sneak up on us like that, man. Okay, well, we got that done. Oh, he only has Delibird. We could just keep doing this, I guess. So our M-Board is doing a lot more damage now, but it also is damaging itself over time, which means it can't use those moves all the time. Okay, got a prize for the winner. Revives, huh? Okay, Pokemon with Dark Moves, not really useful. Keep in mind we could also just immediately replenish the battle zone if we need it. Can we go in and come back? Okay, that one's simply the same thing, but it's sneak up and start a battle face. Somehow we avoided him, or her rather. I'm still waiting for someone to be a psychic. Well, I certainly don't want that. We still got hit, but that's only because we were switching. Okay. Pulling out all sorts of those, Crunch especially. Okay, well. You didn't get any super effective hits with psychic moves. Oh, what am I doing? Oh yeah, heal him. Oh, of course that's a coffee person. I did not know that she was a coffee person. Heals us. Great, more of this. Guess we're using Venusaur and we have to wait a bit because he's spinning the wrong way. We don't have a way to hide otherwise. There we go. Guarantees we get that. Oh, perfect. We can destroy him with this. Okay, good. We still need super effective psychic moves, so we're gonna have to switch back to Sam. Okay, we'll heal as well. Sure, why not? I know for sure that guy is the one, so... Whoa, again, he comes out of nowhere. Okay, I'm not gonna... No, I don't want you to come this way. They're trying to be extra sneaky, I see. Okay. Another Delibird person. Okay. Honestly, our biggest focus was getting that big point one done. I just wish we'd seen it sooner. So that's our last rank, then. So for now, we won't have to come back to these battle zones ever again. That'll be sad. We'll actually kind of miss them a bit. I kind of want to get at least one more point. By the way, it's kind of shocking that we went through a lot of these, and despite that, we've only actually truly lost one time. And that was to a B+ person who also used Biz. We kind of just tried to battle him randomly and it just never worked. So yeah, you had to do things differently. Okay, that person was a Pokemon was apparently Poison Dragon because yeah, we hit him with a super effective with our psychic move, which is good. Alright, well that was easy. Okay, well that sort of fixed Alakazam's experience, but now the sudden Gyarados is falling behind, so guess Gyarados will be used next. What do I do, honestly? Do I take him to an alpha battle, or do I do something else? I don't know. Oh yeah, I almost completely forgot. I was not here to do the side battle setup. I was here to either do Wild Zone stuff or battle. And since I already did the main stuff now, I can probably just do a Wild Zone. Also, we're probably gonna abuse benches more once we're done with the game. I just like seeing the line transition just because it's easier than just constantly with bench to change it. Be more interesting that way anyways. See how long it takes to beat a particular battle. So I guess we're not going there. We just wanna go through here, exit, and then go up here then. So then we have to go all the way up top to find our Wyvern. So I assume it just appears where the flying Pokemon would be. Great, we're not gonna make it in time. Yeah, okay, we definitely not make it in time. Let's just focus on getting to the center and doing stuff then. Keep in mind, not all of the Pokemon in the Wild Zones we have to catch. We could technically just grind them up using experience and get stuff done that way. Okay, apparently 15 is enough for a 2.0 modifier. Or 17 at least, was. It's crazy how easy you can farm money in this game. It's really great for just not only experience but battles, which means you can level up in this game super fast if you know what you're doing. Anyways, oh yeah, that's right. I went through here because I need something that's next to the Saison Canal that is also next to a Pokemon Center and a cafe somewhat close by. Can think of only one thing that fits the option. That's around here. That also has a good view of Power. Ideally, the closer the better, I think. That means somewhere in the Magenta District would probably be ideal. Though so far, it doesn't seem like we'll get anything. Oh yeah, and I guess we should check the roof too. The roof would need to also have benches. Oh, okay, I guess I didn't have to go that far. It seems like this is that said roof. Billy, right beside Prism Tower along the Seashore Canal with a rooftop face that tables and umbrellas. It's perfect. Yeah, just coming up here triggers the cutscene. That's what I thought it was. My new bested spud. You say you found the perfect place for Helios and me? Now this is something. It's in front of Prism Tower, it's right beside the Saison Canal, and it's got tables and umbrellas on a great rooftop. It's even close to a cafe and Pokemon Center. This is that. It's gotta be it. I'm gonna go talk with the leasing office at once. Alright. Good news, bad. They said they have a vacant unit, so I can move in right away, and look how happy Eula seems. Can't you imagine it living its best life up here? Except we cannot see Prism Tower. Though the rent is out of control, I take this place, I won't be able to afford the cost of living. But I've decided I love Eula so much to compromise on any aspect of our... us too much to compromise on any aspect of our life together. It's gotta be this place. So thanks for finding. As for the rent money, well, guess I better get good at the Z-A Royale. Okay. Okay. Got scared that poor from Bebe there, right, as they were going. Jeez, this is also be a much easier Pokemon to catch. And now, instead of saying as annoying as ever. Okay, I'm gonna defeat you and never catch you, since you're being paranoid. but rather annoying. Just gonna take you out of me if you don't mind for me. Alright. I just wanted to catch it. What else can I say? It's not much I can do otherwise. Alright. We got that done. Oh yeah, before I forget, I should save the game probably and call it quits. It's crazy. We have to wait until A rank before we can actually get our Pokemon 100. Well, guess we're saving our progress and calling it quits. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe. Our team still continues to get stronger, but we do need to still worry about trying our team a bit too strong. Because I think Pokemon are higher level 80. Then they simply won't do anything in battle, so we need to be careful. Until then, I'll be like you guys enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe for some more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.